February 11th, 2022, I went on a guided tour with my wife and her mother to the Hotel Viru, however you say it, but we got to see the extent of the KGB's work and presence in Tallinn, Estonia, up until the mid-90s.
On the top floor, then top floor wasn't open for the other people. So also the elevators didn't go there, the elevators went up to the 22nd, as 22nd was a restaurant. KGB we think has left, but still we can go only up to the 22nd, and nowadays, huge progress, we are allowed to walk up to the 23rd. So let's go for elevators around the corner. I'll help you with a card. So we will manage. You can stop. See on kerge ratastool, eks ju. Et selles mõttes, et seda saab tõsta. Kui oleks, meil ei ole seal, need ei ole nii suured need. Üleval on need suured rõdud, aga ma jõhkan seljasid selles mõttes, et siia võib ka maailma seda tõsta.
Marilyn.
You can go. It's a glass cell. You can go outside. Look.
Yeah, you can. If you want to, you can step out.
А что за мероприятие в отеле сейчас проходит? Секундочку. Что мероприятие в отеле проходит?
Это школьники, финские, то есть абитуриенты. У них такая традиция. Это у нас уже, я не знаю, 10-й год или что-то подобное. У них просто пати. Диско, концерт, и внизу в подвале, на втором этаже. В принципе, вся гостиница для них. Это целом 9 ночей, что-то такое. Придут, да, я одновременно даже у нас спереди. You can also see the windows of the 23rd floor KGB's first department radio room. So until 1991 spring, in the room behind those 4 windows, according to the information we have, worked 3 or 4 KGB officers. In the whole building, we know 10 officers. We do not know how many agents. We do not know how many hotel employees also cooperated with KGB. Tourism in the Soviet Union, it was an interesting thing. Western tourists enormously important because Soviet Union needed hard currency, Western money. But at the same time, people from the West, dangerous, potential spies who came here to spread Western ideology. So hotels like Viru, KGB was present. Viru became already 1972 second big hotel in Tallinn. We got 1980. From the museum balcony, you will also see that hotel Olympia. Nowadays Radisson Blue Hotel. Viru we got because 1965 ship connection between Helsinki and Tallinn was reopened. It meant we started to have very many Finnish visitors. Olympia we got because the sailing regatta of Moscow Summer Olympics took place in Tallinn. So at the same time, many foreigners were visiting the capital of the Soviet Estonia. In Viru, we know KGB had one room on the 23rd. They had rooms in the basement, they had room on the 2nd floor, they had rooms on the 3rd floor, plus they used different hotel rooms. At the Soviet period, 22nd floor, whole 22nd floor, it was a restaurant. Well, probably the most popular restaurant in Tallinn. Open also even for the locals. Usually at the Soviet period, Viru, it was a 22-story hotel, 22-story modern building in the heart of Tallinn. Soviets didn't bother to talk much about the 23rd floor. Of course, if somebody asked, then they had to explain something. So for example, if restaurant guests asked about the next floor, then they were usually told, oh, nothing interesting there, just technical facilities. If somebody wanted to go up, then as the 23rd floor was basically a closed floor, people were explained, we cannot allow anyone to go up because the view from the 23rd floor, it is too good. A security risk for the Soviet Union. So basically they said from the 22nd, look out as much as you want, but from the next floor, the view is a security risk. So you understand, nobody believed. And actually people knew that KGB was present, clients in the rooms, just in case. They didn't talk about certain things. People switched on radios, opened water in the bathroom when they wanted to talk. Estonians, we used to joke, Viru, it was built of Soviet microconcrete. 50% of concrete, 50% of microphones. So, of course, it was an open secret. Nowadays, things are different. You are allowed to go up, you are allowed to take pictures everywhere, freely, inside, outside, after the tour. We will not confiscate the cameras, the phones, the memory cards, a free world. Doors, some very heavy. We will do it so that we will stop in between the two floors for a few minutes and then we continue up to the 23rd. So you all go first, we'll be the last. And then we find a place in between the two floors also for us. KGB is very, very interesting for the people, but our museum is also a hotel museum because also the hotel itself, it is special. At the Soviet period, Viru, for us, a symbol of the West. Estonians, Soviet citizens, we could not travel. Finns came here, they stayed in Viru. We couldn't visit Finland. So basically a place where these Western guests stayed, for us, it was like a piece of the free Western world. And in most cases, we admire this hotel from outside. Because local people, of course, we were not welcome in an interest hotel. So also the hotel worth to be talked about. The history of the hotel, it has connections to the history of the country, and that is why also some things about the hotel itself, you can see a construction area in the pictures. Finnish company Repo Oy built our hotel. In the Soviet Union, it was weird because Soviet Union was the best country in the whole world. Soviet specialists were the best specialists in the whole world. Why did Soviet Union need Finnish specialists? Soviets, of course, were very skillful in explaining things. So an official explanation concerning Viru, Soviet Union just wanted to help unemployed poor Finns by giving them work. But when Finns arrived, local people with our own eyes, we noticed better tools, more modern technologies, very different working culture, plus it took only 3 years for these Finns to get our first almost built skyscraper ready. In other parts of the Soviet Union, same size buildings were sometimes built even more than 10 years. So everybody understood. Soviets wanted quickly a very good hotel. That is why they used Finnish builders. They used Finnish builders, not, I don't know, some other Western builders, because with Finland it was possible to have, how should I say, suitable businesses. Soviets didn't pay Finns hard currency. Basically, Soviets paid them oil, gas, different raw materials. That is why Tallinn got a very nice hotel built by the Finns. This kind of hotels always, they had two tasks. They had to earn Western money, and they had to show the guests that Soviet Union was a very nice place. So hotels had to be nice. Finns used Finnish building materials. Finns also used different Western interior design materials. We got very Finnish hotel. The employees, of course, had to be the locals. No one would have been able to pay at that time to the Finnish employees in the Soviet Union. So at the bar, they don't smoke. But bartender puts on the table an ashtray. They don't smoke. They don't need an ashtray. They put it on the next table. Bartender comes back and puts the same ashtray on the table again. They put it on the next table again. Bartender comes back, third time, puts the ashtray on the table and says quietly, this ashtray, it has to be here. So basically, he warned the guests. It was very dangerous. It did happen, but it was dangerous because employees were watched. Luckily, these people understood what did the bartender mean. They kept the ashtray on the table. They didn't talk after that. For the employees, even traps were organized. We have in our museum one trap money bag. This 30-year-old money bag with a collar bump. They had here a rule for the employees. When somebody found a wallet, a purse, it wasn't allowed to open it. An employee had to give it immediately to a certain official unopened. This kind of bags with the collar bombs were hidden in the different places. Somebody found the bag, opened it, although it was forbidden. The bomb exploded, paint everywhere, you couldn't wash it off, you were caught, you were punished. For something like that, an employee was probably, invited to the third floor KGB's room meant for the discussions with the employees, and an employee was told you are fired. But it was a very good place to work, the best possible place to work. So of course, this kind of situations were created deliberately to blackmail the employees to become the agents. So KGB, yes, they said you are fired, but maybe we can help you. You do one thing for us, and you will not lose your job. If somebody agreed to cooperate for once, well, it probably was a cooperation with comrades forever. So the employees have to be very careful and very cautious. We have also a hearing. Hearings, some also have microphones inside them. We have tiny recorder with recorded speech on a thin metal wire, for example, variety in the basement. KGB had own tables, they were present during every variety show. Radio transmitter, stereo receiver, transmitter, also we have phones. Our phones, we don't know why KGB broke the phones, what did they have inside these phones. We know that in the rooms they had phones, they were able to listen. In 1970s, they couldn't listen all the phones. I don't know.